a very heartwarming and a very meaningful book. The way that the author writes about Lee's emotions it's amazing. She's so descriptive and um, it really touches my heart. I want you to remember. What is something in life that you really never wanted to lose? For Lee, in the book The Astonishing Color of After, it was her mom. So Lee is a half Chinese or half Taiwanese and half American girl, and her mom has been struggling with depression for a very long time until at the very beginning of the book, she commits suicide. And then Lee has been going through lots of difficult things in her life, like how her bestest friend Axel has, who Lee actually has secret crush on, has been slightly drifting apart, and how she wants to pursue art as her main career, and her dad wouldn't allow that. Those kinds of things has been bothering Lee's life. But as soon as her mom commits suicide, she searches around the entire house and finds a note that says, "I want you to remember." And Lee has no idea what that note is trying to tell her. So she tries to think about what her mom wants her to remember until the very day of the funeral. She sees a big red bird, and the bird suddenly talks to her. She says, "Lee." So in her mom's voice. So Lee thinks, no. So the bird is her mom. And Lee starts to think, what made my mom just turn into a bird and come to me? And all of a sudden, the bird brings her this box. And then in the box, there's all of her mom's possessions. There's the jade cicada necklace that she always wore when she was alive. And there's different photographs and letters written in Chinese. And so she realizes that this is from her maternal grandparents, and Lee's never met her maternal grandparents in her life, and her mom has cut ties with her parents completely, so she has no idea who they are. But one thing that she knew was that this bird wanted her to go all the way to Taiwan to find what she wants her to remember. And so she flies to Taiwan, and there she meets her Waipo and her Waigong, and that translates to grandma and grandpa. And there she finds out lots of different things about her mom. So first she finds out that her mom is, she has turned into a bird, and she only has 49 days until she completely disappears. So Lee decides to go around Taiwan and find her mom's possessions, to find out what she loved, to find out to find the bird and to talk to her, because the bird would just fly away whenever Lee would try to talk to her, and she just continuously gets more nervous. And so when she's at her Waipo's house, she receives another box, and it's a box of incense and a box of matches, and whenever she lights an incense, but she doesn't know what to do with it, so she takes a photograph from the old box and she burns one of the photos. And so each time she burns the photos, it shows her a memory of, sometimes it's before when she was born, sometimes it's after she was born, all those happy memories before her mom committed suicide. So Lee thinks that there has to be something that this bird is trying to tell me. She just continuously goes around China with a mysterious lady named Feng, who claims to be a family friend, and who's a little annoying at first, but she was jealous of Feng because Feng was so close to Waipo and Waigong, while Lee had no idea who Waipo and Waigong were, and she couldn't even talk to them because she couldn't speak fluent Mandarin. But with Waipo, Waigong, and Feng, they travel around the places that mattered a lot to her mom. And at the 49th day, she realizes that the bird is gone. The 49th day has come, and there really wasn't anything that she could find out about all those memories and the places and the traces that her mom has left. All she hears from her mom is a final goodbye. The very day, she asks her father to come to Waipo and Waigong's house so that she can take her back. And then when she asks her grandparents and her dad about Feng and ask her, where is she? They say, Feng? Who is Feng? And so Lee gets confused all of a sudden, and she realizes by looking back to an old photo that she didn't get the chance to burn, that Feng was actually her dead mom's sister, Jingling. And Jingling was also a ghost. She was dead a long time ago. Before her mom even had depression, she was long dead. And so Lee thanks Feng, or Chen Jingling, she goes back to America, where she finally meets Axel, and she decides to confess to Axel, and apparently Axel also had feelings for her too. And one of the most important things that ends this book is her passion about art. So at the very beginning of the book, before before her mom committed suicide, she actually was invited. Her art teacher asked her if she could go to like this international show for art students in Germany, in Berlin, and so she was making a portfolio for that. And a few days ago, before she went to China, she sent the portfolio to Germany, and when she came back, she got accepted. So she was invited to go to the international art show in Berlin, and she was really scared because she was scared that her dad wouldn't let her go, because her dad had always wanted her to pursue a better career other than arts. But surprisingly, her dad allowed her to go to Germany, and he went with her. And the biggest thing that happens is that not only does Axel go with her, but the very last chapter of the book is called the Remember series, and I think this series has like this very last chapter, chapter 108, where it says like the author statement. We can see what Lee really thinks about all these kinds of events that happened to her. And so I think that this very last chapter is one of the most creative and most meaningful chapters in this entire book. So this book is actually a really, really long book, and I think that like I love the story. I literally love the concept of like her mom being a bird, and like her burning incenses and photos to find out all about those memories. I love it so much, and I love the fact that Feng was actually like Jingling too. I was so shocked and happy when I read that part. But I think that in between these kinds of like so I think that this book is like really long but super engaging. But for people who have like who really can't engage in books very well, I think that it might have been better if like her encounters with the bird, like her like meaningless encounters where she just like where the bird just flies away without telling her anything, could have been like slightly reduced. But except for that, I think it's a very heartwarming and a very meaningful book. The way that the author writes about Lee's emotions it's amazing. She's so descriptive, and it really touches my heart. Bye.